Welcome to the Making You, an accurate reflection of Christ podcast, where you become translucent glory. Now here's your host and glory teacher, Karen Pina.
Kingdom greetings. Politics is a demonic strategy that Satan uses to keep certain believers from getting Father's work done. That's right, how to sidestep marketplace politics and get His work done. While character and the fruit of the Spirit are extremely important, don't let the lack thereof hinder you. Trust me, I value them too. In fact, He developed His character in me for over a decade. This isn't to say that He's done. I'm saying that after this 10-year character development period, He graced me to write about it in the making book. If I wrote an entire 200-page book on it, it's as important to God as it is to us. However, it's not more important than doing His work in the marketplace. Just to be clear, the work I'm referencing is meeting the unspoken need of the one He stands in front of you physically or virtually. Now, let's define politics. Politics can be defined as who I like or who I prefer to work with. However, who you like or prefer may not be able to get the job done. One thing the last president of the United States of America taught us is this: I'm here to do a job, not to be liked or preferred. I'm sharing this with you so that you will not miss your heavenly success blessing. Allow me to expound on something that recently happened. Father led me to reach out to a particular voiced artist for a project. As is my custom, I shared Father's vision and I asked plenty of questions. At one point, I asked a question about the number of allotted revisions on the project. The artist's response alluded to being a proponent of upfront communication. In short, after agreeing upon the concept, no revisions were allowed. I wasn't offended by the response. I could just see the hypocrisy. You see, my thoughts were, I followed up with you after you stated you were going to get back with me. And I don't see any reference to how revisions are handled on your FAQ page. I posed the question to engage in a discussion about it. Obviously, I'm an effective communicator. Now, here's what I said when I responded. I said this: as you can see, I value effective communication too. Thanks for letting me know your process on revisions. I hope you're seeing that everything that you're thinking does not have to be communicated. Wow. Sidebar, side note, side bonus, side gem. Creative people, creative and gifted people, which includes salespeople. Yes, that's right, and you heard it here first. Selling is a creative and prophetic gift. If you want to hear more about my spiritual insight behind this sound idea, meet me inside the Glory School community. The outro will tell you how to do so. So I'm leading into today's case study with an analogous example. Today's case study involves one of our real estate agents. This particular agent was number 2 on the selling side. Yeah, we had 3 agents on the selling side and 2 on the buying side, which comes to 5 agents to buy and sell one house. Well, the first agent of the company God sent to us did not feel equipped to handle an interstate sale and purchase, which is how the second agent arrived on the scene. The agency boss assigned the agent to us. Right off the bat, we discerned that the agent wasn't in a preferred situation. If you have ever inherited someone's team member or employee, it can be a challenging situation, especially if you or the individual is in the flesh. Indeed, this particular agent was in the flesh. After the agency manager sent the agent our way, we explained the goal, and the agent quickly let us know about being in the top 5% of sales in the area. It was early on and we thought, okay, maybe we're on the right track now with a knowledgeable agent. We set some parameters in place, such as we can communicate basic things via text message and do not forward our emails and other specifics. However, when it comes to offers, contracts, and money, please email us. The agent from day one until 5 months later never did consistently honor our email preferences and any others. And oh, you talk about frustrating. I could feel myself starting to go into the political stance of not preferring to work with this agent. Needless to say, we discerned the agent was only interested in the sale. The agent could care less about us as people or the amount of hard work we were doing to sell our home. Oftentimes, the agent communicated with us in an extremely annoyed and frustrated tone because the right buyer was not being sent our way. The feeling was starting to become mutual. One day, after one of the parameters were breached and the agent spoke in an annoyed tone, I heard God say this: Karen, love her, extend grace. She inherited you. Immediately and supernaturally, don't ask me how I did it. I just know that God gave me an undeniable love. And from that day onward, no matter how annoyed and frustrated the agent became, I demonstrated the attributes of 1 Corinthians 13. Remember, you do not have to descend to win. While the second agent on the sales side of the real estate transaction did not find us the right buyer, we exhibited agape patience and long suffering to see if she had the goods to get Father's work done. I repeat, just because your boss prefers you and you are well liked in the agency or the company, it does not mean you are the right one for the job. This agent was not. The win for us was moving in faith and love because, as we know, they work hand in hand. Summarizing, whether you like him or her or not, he put you in the situation to do his work. Whether they like you or not, get his work done. Prophet, whether you fit in the marketplace or not, avoid the politics. Sidestep them completely and get his work done. I bet that prior to this episode, you didn't see yourself as political. I purposely chose the word bet in the last sentence, not because I'm a gambler, but because it also means to like, to prefer, or to pick a favorite. You know, I bet she's the right one for the job. Oh, how apropos of you, Holy Spirit. Here is what he's saying through me. If you're like me, you didn't even like politics. Now you understand that whenever you desire or attempt to not work with someone because of how you feel about him or her, because of how you dislike him or her, or because of how much you like him or her, then you are being political. In this light, local assemblies and some parts of the body at large are very political. We call it cliques. It's just politics. That's right. It is really nothing more than a good old case of politics, which you can see in corporate America too, when the one who's liked versus qualified is hired for the position. Look at this. When you operate based on who you prefer, who you like, or play favoritism, you are placing politics above God's work. Do you love God more than your own personal preferences of who to work with or who not to work with? This is the question he's asking to help you get clear about your heart motives. Be ready to answer this question and to thoroughly discuss my spiritual insight behind the prophetics of sales on the inside of the Glory School community. It's not a clique or an exclusive club. It's for whosoever will. Would you join us? Listen to how now. Blessings. Until next week. Karen Pina, your host, Glory teacher, Heavenly Success, and Ascension Specialist, signing out.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. To discuss and learn more about this episode, join your Glory community at www.gloryschoolcommunity.com. Finally, be sure to sign up for the RSS feed to know when the next episode is uploaded.